What's up, guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to get up and running with YOLOV3 as fast as possible. We're going to be looking at a implementation in Tensorflow 2.0 by user ZZH8829. He has great documentation here on his repo about how to train it yourself, some of the process he went through to learn how to create this. And we won't be looking too much at that since we're just trying to get it running, but I recommend you check it out. So the first thing you're going to want to do is clone the repository, and I'll leave a link to this GitHub repo in the description. So git clone, the repo name, and then just make sure that you enter the repo. Okay, and you should see all of this here. So the next thing for this video that you're going to want to do is head over to my blog really fast, and I have all the commands laid out in this post. So basically we just ran the first one, cloning the repository. Next we're going to want to create a virtual environment. I'm using Anaconda. You can use virtual env, or if you know a few others, but I highly recommend using a virtual environment. So Anaconda create, again, YOLO equals 3.7. It's saying it already exists for me because I've already made it, but so I'll just overwrite it. Alright. Now you're just going to activate the environment. Okay, and now we just have to install a few packages. So we'll start with OpenCV. And if you're not using a GPU, like I'm running this on a Mac right now, if you're not using a GPU, basically you just want to install regular TensorFlow. If you do happen to have a GPU, I recommend installing it with this -GPU at the end. It'll really speed up inference, and if you plan on training a model on your own data set, then you're definitely going to want this. But for now, we're just going to be using the CPU implementation of TensorFlow. So we'll install that. Alright, and then the last thing I'm going to do here is install a older version of NumPy. Basically, I'm going to install 1.16 instead of 1.17 just so I don't get any weird warnings. But it'll work either way. So now that we're done installing everything and we have our environment, we're going to want to pull down the YOLOV3 weights. Alright, this should only take a few seconds. The author has also given us a script in the repo called convert.py here. So we're just going to want to run that. And basically that'll take the weights and put them in a better form for this implementation. Okay, and now you're basically ready to run inference. So Python detect video.py. And this should take a few minutes on CPU, but it should be a little bit faster if you're running this using a GPU. Alright, started on another screen for me, so I'll just pull that over. Okay, you can see my office here. It's finding a bunch of my books and a cup. You can even see the chair that I'm just sitting in here. And yeah, so that's basically it. Um, I'll leave a link to my blog in the description, as well as the initial repo that we used here. Make sure to like and subscribe.